All right, everyone, we are going to take a little plant walk, so let's see what we can find that's in my yard. The point of this is to give you guys an idea of what we have to do if we're trying to be out in the field and learn to identify plants. I haven't been mowing my lawn, especially my backyard, in part because I'm lazy, in part because I thought this would be a good exercise for us to do together. All right, so let's do it. So we can hit up a member here really quick. This is an easy one. You guys have seen this one before. This is our good friend Trifolium repens. So if you kind of take a peek at it, and that doesn't focus well. So this has those papillonoid flowers that we are, that you guys learned about hopefully in the slides. If we look at some other characters here, this is a single leaf. This is a compound leaf. It's palmately compound, trifoliate. If we look, try to look at around, but yeah. This is a close-up image of the Trifolium repens inflorescence. You'll notice that these are the classic papillonoid floral structure with a standard, or also known as a banner, at the top, two winged petals on the side, and a keel at the bottom. Alright, so it's a different time of day. I had some other things I had to do, but let's see what else we can find in my yard on our plant hunt here. So, if we get down here, you're going to notice this. Oh, sorry, the camera's kind of shaky. This is a new thing for me. You're going to notice this plant right here. But you can kind of tell, you can see how this plant has two lips to it. See a top and a bottom. This is a member of the Lamiaceae. Sadly, it's hard to tell that it has a quadrangular stem from this with this camera, but it does. But you can see that it has opposite leaves. So zygomorphic. There are two lips, three petals fused on the bottom, two on the top, opposite leaves. Flowers in the Lamiaceae are usually zygomorphic. Here you can see that this flower is bilabiate, or two-lipped. The top lip is the result of two fused petals, while the bottom is of three fused petals. Lamiaceae are often animal-pollinated. The top lip protects the stamens and stigma, while the bottom lip acts as a landing pad. The yellow dots you see on the bottom lip help to guide pollinators. This is another member of the bean family. This is Fabaceae. This is the same family as our Trifolium from earlier. Maybe see here, it's got that papillonoid flower again. It has alternate leaves right here and here, and these are compound. They have tendrils at the tip. So tendrils are a modification of a leaf that is used for grasping. Here we have a member of the Rosaceae family. How do I know this is Rosaceae? Well, if you look at it, the first thing you might see is that it has alternate leaves. So that's a positive. If we look here, we can see 5 petals, many stamens, 5 sepals, and there is a hypanthium. If you look kind of like with the pedicel, that connection, you can see that the sepals are starting away from the pedicel, so they're not starting at the connection to the flower. That structure is a hypanthium. You can also look over here. There's another member of the Rosaceae. This right here, this is a rubus. So a blackberry or a dewberry. Again, we have alternate leaves. There were 5 petals, but they've fallen off. There are prickles on these guys, that's why I jerked my hand for a second.
This member of Rosaceae has small prickles on the pedicels. A prickle is a sharp protrusion from the epidermis, like a hair. There are 5 sepals, 5 petals, and many small stamens, all connected via the hypanthium. The carpels can either be distinct or connate. In this example, an aggregate fruit of drupelets will form, also known as a blackberry. A key character of Rosaceae is the presence of a hypanthium, which is the fleshy structure where the sepals connect in this image. Though an important character of Rosaceae, hypanthia are found in some other families as well.
So more Caryophyllaceae. This here is another species of Trifolium. So that is a member of the Fabaceae. A lot of the Brassicaceae that I have in my yard is finished. But this here is what was a Brassicaceae. These long cylindrical fruits right here, these are siliques. You'll notice it has alternate leaves, and these leaves are just actually dissected. So this is a single leaf here. This is some more Vicia, some more Fabaceae. This is more of a Brassicaceae here. This is a geranium, just pretty. Not at one of our families currently, so we'll just ignore it for now. Oh, one thing I need to show you all. So this is a member of the Caryophyllaceae. Note again, so there are the opposite leaves, but the node here is swollen. I know it's kind of probably hard to tell with this, but there is a swollen node right there. Another characteristic of the Caryophyllaceae.
The Caryophyllaceae have opposite leaves and exhibit swollen nodes. Many of the Caryophyllaceae do not have true petals. Instead, what we call petals are actually an outer whorl of petaloid stamens. We tend to refer to them as petals when speaking of the group taxonomically. You will see in this image that the petals have an apical notch in them. At times, small, deeply notched petals in this family may make it look as though there are 10 petals instead of 5. There is a superior ovary which is consistent for the family. The number of sepals and petals, however, may range from 4 to 5 depending upon the species.
Alright, so I had to take a quick drive to somewhere really close to my house, like just down the road. But I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to see some more plants from different families. So what we see here in this kind of like field, so I'm on a roadside, if you can kind of see right here. So these are members of the Fabaceae, again right here. So these have papillonoid flowers as a general structure. This is yet another species of Trifolium. This is the incarnatum. Again, papillonoid flowers, as you can see those pretty easily. Kind of walk down, see some really beautiful grasses here. Like these are just absolutely gorgeous. And look at that. That is just really wonderful. All this Caryophyllaceae, Fabaceae, just all kind of hanging out together. So, when I'm walking down here to show you guys, oh, here's another member of the Lamiaceae. This is, you can see here, this is that bilabiate flower, like, so two-lipped. There's a three petals fused at the bottom, two at the top. This is zygomorphic. You can also, there's a square stem here. So you kind of see the edges like right there. And in this case, we have opposite leaves right here.
In this example from Lamiaceae, the zygomorphic and bilabiate flowers are large and readily recognizable. You can also see the square stem in this picture. The 5 sepals are connate, but you are able to distinguish them and count them separately. You can also observe the superior ovary.
You can see more of our rubus, so that's our Rosaceae, petals, hypanthium, all there. So right now what we've seen are Fabaceae, Caryophyllaceae, Rosaceae, Brassicaceae, though we saw a fruited version. I'll show you guys one that's not fruiting here in a minute, when it's actually in flower. We've seen Lamiaceae, but we're missing a family. We're missing the Ranunculaceae. So you notice here, this is kind of a ditch, and we're looking into, we're looking in kind of a wet area. This isn't one of our families yet, but this will be. This is Apiaceae. This is the carrot family. But if we come over here, all right, our first Ranunculaceae. So we have the buttercup family here. Let's pull. I'm gonna pull this one up. So we have alternate leaves. You can see right here we have 5 petals. The sepals are kind of hanging down. They're actually gonna dehisce soon. They're gonna fall off. So that's a character that we know. Superior ovary. The carpels are all separate. Lots of stamens, lots of carpels. So, good example of Ranunculaceae.
When petals are present, as in this specimen, the Ranunculaceae usually have 5 sepals and 5 petals. Sepals are often deciduous, meaning they will fall off. Here, the sepals are recurved, meaning that they are pointing downward. There are many stamens and many distinct carpels. Though similar in some ways to Rosaceae, Ranunculaceae do not possess a hypanthium.
Okay, so while I was driving back to my house from just down the road, I've noticed this a couple of times, so I wanted to stop and show you guys. So again, we're seeing more of our Vicia, our Fabaceae, remember right there. A lot of Fabaceae in here. This is some Rosaceae. I know this is actually a rubus. The flowers are just now starting, but it has prickles, alternate leaves. You can see some of the white flowers right there and over there. But that's not what I wanted to show you. What I wanted to show you guys were these. So this is
Wisteria.
Big, beautiful flowers. So these are papillinoid flowers as well. So this is a member of the Fabaceae. You can see that they have a keel at the bottom, wings, and a banner. Also look to see they have leaves that are compound. You can see the big pulvinus stipules down here. I'm going to take some of this and take some images later.
Wisteria have large papillinoid flowers. Here you can easily distinguish the large standard or banner with a yellow marking thought to help guide pollinators. The wings are found on either side of the flower, while the keel, which has a rounded shape, is at the bottom of the flower.
If you look in here, there's a bush, like a shrub. That's a lycium. It smells fishy here. I mean, there's probably water over there somewhere, but there's an Elysium bush there, there's a Elysium bush there, one back there, one back there. They're all blooming right now. I can't walk into there because I'm actually standing in brambles and it's starting to hurt. but it's kind of a cool thing. Just I hope to take you guys on a little tour of some Illicium in another area near my house here in one of these little videos, but I thought I'd give you guys a sneak peek because I didn't know that was there. Okay, so I'm on the side of one more road, again right next to my house here. I wanted to give you guys a better opportunity to see Brassicaceae. So these are Brassicaceae. You'll notice here the cruciform floral pattern. So the petals look like they're in a cross shape, and that's what cruciform means. They're also clawed. So clawed meaning that there's like a thin part at the bottom and it gets wider at the top. These are saliques. These are much bigger saliques. They look a little like bean pods, but they're not. They're a special thing specifically for Brassicaceae. We're gonna there are little pricks on these guys, prickles. You see our alternate leaves here. Let's see if we can. Oh, there we go. All right. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys another Brassicaceae member that was actually flowering. I'll take some pictures, show you something up close there a little bit.
Members of the Brassicaceae have a cruciform flower, meaning the 4 clawed petals are in the shape of a cross. There are 6 stamens, 2 of which are shorter than the other 4. The calyx has 4 distinct sepals, and you will notice that there is a superior ovary. The fruit is a salique, which is derived from 2 carpels. These dry, dehiscent fruits bear seeds from the septum that separates the carpels. When a salique is wider than long, it is known as a silicle.